Hi, welcome to my channel, Takia Tarot. Today is June 21st, Saturday, 2025. So, one of the things I kept hearing was just listen, just listen, right? It's like you're being called to just listen, right? Going forward for, I don't know, the next couple days to a week. Yeah. Okay, so yesterday I posted 2 videos. I posted one a little bit earlier in the day and then one more towards late evening. So go check both of those out. Those 2 kind of like coincide with each other. Definitely watch them. Okay, so aside from that, before I get started, I want to remind anyone that's watching that these messages are not going to resonate with everyone. That's okay. If they do not resonate with you and gives you clarity, great. What did I just say? If it does not give you clarity? If these messages resonate with you and gives you clarity, great. If it does not, then don't force it to be your story. Somebody wants you to be so dumb and oblivious to something. That's why you're being called to just listen. Just listen. It's like they're betting on whatever. It's like they're betting that you're too oblivious or dumb or naive even. But it's really more like oblivious. Like someone is betting that you're dumb. Like they're really hoping, right? Yeah, listen with your third eye. That's what you're being called to do for like the next couple days to a week, because someone's really hoping that you're dumb. And I shouldn't say it that way, but that's exactly how it's coming out. Like they want you to be none the wiser. Alright. This is so good today. This is like extra good today. Alright. Also, just so you know, when you comment on my videos, they're not going to show up immediately because I have to, because this is what I did for my channel. I have to pre-approve them. Or you can comment, right? They just have to wait to be pre-approved. And the reason why I do that is because people be doing weird things with comment sections and scammers and things like that. We're not having none of that. Not today. You go ahead and comment. Absolutely. You have the ability to comment. But depending on what you comment on my channel, you know, you see? So, oh, it's YouTube. But it's my channel. So you don't have to comment on my channel, right? The comments are welcomed, actually. It's just, if you're getting mad because, it's probably because you want to comment some wild stuff and you want to be weird in the comment section and blah, 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 all that stuff. And, okay, otherwise, why would it bother you? If you're not saying mean and you're not scamming people and you're not whatever, then there's not a problem, right? What's the problem? So, but aside from that, yeah, that is good. I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay. Let me start pulling some cards. I'm going to start off with clarifying life situations. I'll get one of those. What the heck is going on? I get like 2 of them actually. Okay, let us see. I feel like you're holding a lot of different energies, which is rare. So that has to do with balance as well. So you could be like like a bridge of something, or a balance. You balance something. All right, because you're holding like multiple energies, or that's interesting. So we have thrive and believe, and we have seed of potential. So your beliefs are literally, so you know that's why there's that saying where you have the people be like, what you put thought into, you know, if you think about something, it comes into everything starts out with an idea, right? So that idea is it sits in your mind, and then that idea turns into action, and action, right? So that's why it's very important on the things that you think about, the things that's in your mind, and things like that, the things that you believe in, right? So I feel like with you, your beliefs, and this is not this is positive or negative, all right? But it seems as though, obviously, right, it says in a more positive direction. This is light energy in a way, okay? So whatever your beliefs are, right, like kind of like the little train, the little engine that could, I think I can, and it's literally whatever it is that you believe that you can, you know that you can, you know that you are, you know that you will, whatever, right? And so it's literally your beliefs is literally just watering, it's growing something by your belief alone, right? And that's kind of the whole point of that's part of the gift that we were given, right? That's one of the gifts that we were given, right? So what we believe, right? If you just believe, right? Anything's possible if you just believe. It's like it's coming to fruition. It's coming to life. It's being manifested, right? And this works in a negative way as well, right? But you're doing it where it's having like a positive effect, and it's that's going to trickle, and it's like a ripple, okay? So I'm also seeing the Six of Wands upright. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. So I'm gonna read the cards, but I also wanted to kind of put like a little side note, right? Because it's kind of like a contradictory, because you can sit there and with your faith, your hope and belief, you can literally make things happen. Okay. But the reason why I say it's contradictory, because someone else, right, and you're operating out of a light, your higher vibrating stuff, your north node, okay. And let's say someone who's operating out of their south node, they're staring and they're looking at something and they're staring and they're looking and nothing's happening, right? So that's what I mean about the whole, it's a contradiction, because you can and they cannot. So because you feel like you can, and you know, you're like living proof of that you can, right? Yes, you can. Si se puede. That's from like an old movie. I think it's called Gotta Kick It Up. And so you can't, it's like, this is, anybody can if they really want to. That's your perspective, right? But then those that are stuck in their south node and nothing is moving and flowing and manifesting for them, they're in the mindset of, that's impossible. Those things don't exist, because in their mind, they are living proof that those things don't exist. My bangs are, wow, right? You see, so in your mind, because anybody can, right? And other people that are in their south node, the karmics and dealing with things, they just feel like it's impossible. So then what does that do? What happens? Then that starts the path that you end up taking. Okay. Thrive and believe. Embrace growth and trust and promise. Keep an open mind. Answers reveal the path to fulfillment. There's listen, there's been a very, very heavy thing about revelations, truths being revealed, answers being given to you, okay? And a lot of these answers, you probably won't even care about it by the time you receive the answers, and that's good, because that means you've overcome something or whatever, you've healed. That's great, right? A lot of you, some of these truths and answers that are going to be revealed to you are going to like hit hard, but because of where you are, like operating out of your north node, you'll obviously be so bounced out where it's not going to be like revenge is on the horizon kind of energy, okay? So that was thrive and believe. And then we have seed of potential. That's a typo. There's a typo in this card. Plant the seed of potential and nurture its sprouting promise with your attention and care. Yeah. Because I feel like if you're pouring into something, if you're focused on something, if you're doing something like a project, whatever it is, just keep pouring into that, right? Keep doing that. Whatever it is that you're doing, keep doing, okay? Don't let... A lot of the reasons why these truths and revelations, and I've said this before and I'm going to say it again, a lot of the reason why these truths and revelations are being shown now, right, is because it's like from, I don't know, so let's say you are like in this bubble of success, okay? So from any onlooker, right, any karmic, any dark entity, any person operating out of their south node, they're looking at you and they see you're moving forward. So a lot of the reasons why these truths and revelations are coming out is to make you feel some type of way, in such a way where you stop focusing on yourself, on your success, and you start focusing on the betrayals, the backstabbing, the maliciousness, the he said, she said, right? The whatever, right? It's to get you to stop, all right? They need this. It's kind of like whoever's doing this, right? That's why you just need to listen. Don't react, listen. Because wherever this energy is coming from, they need you to stop. And the only way to get you to stop is if you're feeling like that you need to get revenge for yourself, or you need justice or whatever. Like that's the only reason why, right? And a lot of these truth and revelations were from like 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, maybe when you were a child, maybe when your great whatever. It's there's a reason why it's coming out now, right? You have to listen. Stop. Take a look and listen. Yeah, there's a reason why. All right. I'm gonna get one more. You're growing. You're growing. You're not a little seed anymore. You know, you're growing. The things that you're growing, it's. I'm also getting to, because there's something about like whatever. So, one seed, right? You plant a seed, and you know that one seed can make many seeds, right? Because then it's like more flowers, and more flowers mean more seeds and more, right? So you are the one seed. You're going to create many seeds, right? I don't know if this is like children, or this is more like ideas and inspirations and like a ripple effect, all right? You are the one seed that's going to, but don't let your ego, all right? Because there's a seed here, there's a seed here, there's a seed here, there's a seed here, right? There could be like 3 seeds in your town, okay? And you're one of them, all right? But it's you know, you know what I'm saying? Like one seed can produce a lot of other seeds because of the flowers and blah, 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 right? So, okay? Like you plant one seed, right? Like a strawberry seed. You plant one strawberry seed, and then the plant, and now it's got like 4 flowers, right? And those 4 flowers, they turn into strawberries. And now those 4 strawberries, each strawberry has like 45 seeds on them. You see what I'm saying? It's like that. But it starts with 1. You are the one. Can I get an amen? Jeez, on the fence again. Divine timing. Trust the process. Yes. That's that came out again. Trust the process. Yeah. With the thrive and believe, and it says trust and promise. Divine timing. Be patient, for some things take time to manifest fully in your life. You're already in the 6 of Wands. Where else can you go? Yeah. So I feel like you're in the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands is usually depicted as someone on a horse, and they're galloping or riding through a crowd of people, right? So I feel like as you're riding through a crowd of people, there goes that 7 of Wands energy. Somebody is being very sneaky and malicious in the background, and you might not see this person because you're in your success. You're galloping you're on the horse riding through the crowd, but this is a story. You don't see this person, quote, quote, okay, quote, quote, right? But your third eye, you don't see this person. This is why there's been that energy when I said in the beginning, somebody wants you to be very dumb, oblivious, and naive. Oblivious. Somebody doesn't want you to see something, or because they're hoping and praying and they're trying to get this into reality, right? So they're doing something in the 7 of Swords, right? So they already, whatever they're doing, they're under the impression that you are oblivious and that you are dumb and that you are naive, right? Because you're in your 6 of success, 6 of Wands. They're thinking you don't see that because you're too busy on your high horse, right? Because that right there already makes them feel some type of way. So because you don't see them and you're too busy in the crowd and the limelight, you don't see them being in the 7 of Swords in the background. You do. You do. All right? So the reason why they're in the 7 of Swords is because they're trying to get you to be in the 8 of Swords, locked up, in jail, imprisoned. And then with the 9 of Swords, can't sleep at night, depressed, anxiety. All right? That's their energy. They're trying to like put like a rope on you or bind you or something like that. And a lot of it is part of it because you don't see them. This person wants to be seen by you. And whether or not you see them, you just don't care. So we go to the 10 of Swords now. Okay, now we're in the 10 of Swords. So this person feels, there's something about this person that they feel like because you don't see them, they feel betrayed or they feel offended. You're not paying attention to them, so they feel offended and betrayed. So now this is why, from the 7 of Swords to the 10 of Swords, that's their energy, right? Because you're in the Page of Swords, you're learning, or you've been learning, right? So then that goes into the Knight of Swords because you've been patient and learning and, you know, studying and blah, blah, blah. You're, yes, because I put more food out for them. You're, yes. Hold on. Your things have been changing drastically and fast for you, right? It almost seems as if you got into the Six of Wands upright way too fast, right? With that Knight, oh Jesus, that Knight of Swords energy, right? So then the Knight of Swords turns into, so we got the Page, the Knight. I feel like there's another one between. I feel like you're way too smart, right? With the King, the Queen and the King of Swords upright. Whether you're a divine feminine, divine masculine, you're both of the King and the Queen of Swords, which also is another indicator of you being balanced out. You having that multiple energy, all right? Being able to utilize all the energies within you and then using them accordingly, right? Because you know how to, you have a good handle on them. I feel like I'm missing something between the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Swords. There's like an empty space there. And then we have trust the process, embrace uncertainty, have faith in the journey unfolding before you. Yeah. That's, I feel like somebody, you're too in this energy. It's so crazy because I feel like from the whoever's in the Seven of Swords energy, from the Seven of Swords to the Ten of Swords, they really think that they're doing something, and that energy is staying with them. That's not for you. That's not for you. And because you know that, you're gonna end up having to be in the Seven of Wands. You're gonna have to stand your ground to this person, defend yourself. All right, and there's many different ways of defending yourself. It's not always with like on the attack, right? Defending yourself is just like learning how to, I don't know, maybe walk away, or there's more than one ways of defending yourself, but there's a particular, this person, they want a reason. That's really what that is. They just want a reason to like unleash everything that they've been harboring on the inside of them. They want a punching bag, and that's what they want. They want a punching bag. They want you to be their punching bag, right? They seen you have success, and in your mind, anything's possible if you just believe, right? And then in their mind, that's not fair. That's not how life works. Blah 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 blah. There goes sirens in the background. Whoever this person is, I'm seeing a coffin, a tisket, a casket. Blah 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 blah. Well, you ever look at someone and you can tell that there's no light in their eyes? It's very sad, but that's essentially what you're kind of dealing with here. All right? All you really gotta do is look at someone's eyes and you can tell, like, you can see so much. The eyes are windows to the soul, essentially. I'll get 3 to 4. I got 4. On the bottom of the deck. The faithless wants you faithless. You see? Because you know that you can. You are like a living testimony that you are what you are. And whoever's in their self know, karmics, whatever, they don't, it's not working for me. It's just not, it's just, oh, okay. They don't, oh my God. I feel like I've been talking about this like my entire life, man. And this just so, the faithless wants you faithless. Okay, they have no faith, no hope, no aspirations, no determination, no discipline either. That's another thing too. That's a word that I've been getting. Discipline. Okay, like, handle yourself. Alright? We got 4 cards that came out. Somebody doesn't want you to talk. Your past doesn't define you. So, someone's going to tell you something about something. Someone's going to tell you a truth. This is a truth. And about something that happened in the past. All right. And I'm picking up on this. If only you knew what we did / said behind your back. This is the same person from yesterday's reading. This is someone who's very spiteful and vindictive. 5 of Swords energy with the mouth. They'll say anything about anyone. They don't care. And I do feel like whoever this person is that has been utilizing their mouth. See, the thing is, your voice is not... We were not giving a voice to utilize in such a disgusting, downright evil, negative way. Right? To say hurtful, spiteful, mean things. That's not why we were giving our voice. By the Most High God. That's not. It ties in, you know what? It's just not what it was for. Alright? This person, it's so crazy because attacking your throat chakra, if only you knew what we did / said behind your back. This person who was saying really, really nasty, foul things about you with their mouth, they were already disrespecting a gift that they were given by the Most High God. The gift of voice. Okay? And these things that were said about you, they're going to be coming back around. They're going to try to be grabbing your attention, right? Because you know your past doesn't define you. Your upbringing, your childhood, your this, your that, whatever. Yesterday even, okay, it doesn't define you, right? Your past does not define you. And because you know that, and because you believe that, you're literally in a bubble of the 6 of Wands. Somebody, they want to pop that bubble. Revolution, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. They're only doing this because they want to stop this. Revolution for sake of revolution. Revolution for revolution. Oh my gosh. There goes attacking your throat chakra. Revolution for revolution's sake is a waste on all levels. Pure boredom. Uranus. This person, they're bored with their lives. They have nothing to look forward to. There's no success. There's no happiness. There's no joy. There's no peace. There's no faith. There's no love. There's no hope. Okay, there's no friendship. There's no respect. This could be someone who doesn't feel respected and they feel like they deserve respect. What have you done to gain respect? But then they see you, the 6 of Wands, and people are cheering for you and automatically giving you respect, and now that's making them feel some type of way. So that's why they're in the 7 of Swords, right? Well, I should, all right, but what are you doing? What are you doing? What have you planted? What seeds have you planted that's going to produce more seeds, right? It's going to, you know, when you plant a seed, right? Let's say a strawberry seed, or like a pumpkin seed, right? That's going to grow into more strawberries and more pumpkins, right? And then you, collective, what do? Well, I have these 2 pumpkins for myself. I have 20 pumpkins. I'm going to keep 2. You can have some pumpkins. You can have some pumpkins. You can have some pumpkins, right? That's what you do, right? Because your harvest right? It's not really your harvest. Your harvest is to share, right? This person would be like, well, I grew them, I did all the work, they're my pumpkins. I don't see anybody else giving me pumpkins when they had pumpkins. You know, F the world and F this and F that. And this is that kind of energy. Very angry, very bitter, very like, no one cared about me when I was down, so I'm not caring about nobody. This is that energy. And it's crazy because they don't want you to like talk, live in your truth, stand up for yourself. There's also a misconception, right, about how you got in the Six of Wands energy. So this person, they're saying whatever they're saying about how you got into the Six of Wands upright energy, right? So when someone is asking you about your job or whatever, right? I don't know what that is, but they don't want you to like. They don't want people to ask you directly questions about you. Because they know that if people ask you questions directly about you, like, oh yeah, I work at the supermarket, you know, down the street, you know, blah, blah, blah. Really? You do? Yeah, why? Oh, because I heard that, blah, 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 right? That's what this person was telling them. It's like, no, I've been working at the same supermarket for like the past 2 years. Really? So it's a lot of like, really? You're getting a lot of those. So if someone's asking you a question out of nowhere and then you answer them and the response is like, oh wow, or really, or oh, for how long? It's because someone has been saying things about you that it's just, really? So if that's, because in their mind, now their gears are turning. If that's true, then what the heck has this person been saying? And why have they been saying that? Attacking your throat chakra. When it is blocked, you're shy, arrogant, anxious, lying, lack of creativity. When it is unblocked, you're able to communicate, you're balanced out with your words, you can speak your life into existence essentially. You're able to express yourself, be of service to humanity with your voice. You're able to use your voice in a way where it's not so negative and malicious and F this, F that, blah, blah, blah. Like you're using your voice to uplift and heal. You know, because the thing too, the higher you are vibing and frequency within, when you speak, it's as within, so without. Okay? And you're telling truths, right? I also feel like the whole telling truths and your past doesn't define you. Somebody wants you to be ashamed of your past or ashamed of your trials and tribulations, ashamed of your trauma, ashamed of your upbringing, ashamed of this, ashamed of that, blah, blah, blah. But you're not. If anything, you know that telling your truth, right, not letting your past define you, by telling your truth instead of being afraid of it, because if you're afraid of it, then you're going to be under its shadow and, oh my god, one day it's going to come out, the truth is going to come out one day and I don't know what I'm going to do. But you're not doing that. You're owning your truth. You're embracing all of you, the good and the bad. Like, yes, at one point I said this. Yes, at one point I did that. Yes, at one point that's how I grew up. At one point I lived in the gutters. At one point, yes, blah, blah. And you telling those truths about yourself, it's like it's an inspiration, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, you are the seed. Like, there's seeds everywhere, right? You're supposed to be an inspiration. You're planting faith and hope and inspiration and love and kindness. You're planting those things. That's part of your purpose. And for a lot of you, it's your voice. Right? For a lot of you, it's your voice, because somebody doesn't want you to use your voice for good. There's an energy here that also wants you to be involved in gossip and speaking badly about yourself, about others. Also, be careful with self-deprecating jokes, right? You know how people who do self-deprecating jokes, they'll make jokes about like how like you'll compliment them on their hair or something, and then they'll say, oh, I don't know, things, it looks like trash, but you know, whatever. And be careful of people that do that, right? I'm not saying there's anything wrong, like they're not bad people, but be careful of that, because that's a form of like speaking on yourself, on your life, and that's what they're doing, and that's gonna eventually be how they view their hair, like trash or whatever it is, right? But somebody wants you to be in that negative, joking manner, but about yourself, about the world. It just stupid. I also feel like this is kind of like a taunting energy. If only you knew what we did / said behind your back. Like, haha, we said this, and haha, we did that. But it's like, okay, are you gonna tell me what you did or not? Haha, we said something behind your back. Haha, haha. Are you gonna tell me or not? Because if you're not, then I'm gonna keep it pushing. If you are, then go ahead, tell me. And then, okay, it is what it is. You said that. Great. I still have to keep it pushing. I don't know what the problem is here, but it's just so vindictive. So, the devil reversed. Yeah, you've detached from energies like this. Being this way, thinking this way, living this way, feeling this way. You've done a massive cleanse. You've cleaned the house. With the devil reverse. But there is something about somebody is more focused on your reputation. Somebody could also be thinking that you care about your reputation, or they're looking at you like, oh, you have it all, but you're just looking at the cover of my book. You don't even know who I am. You don't know me. You don't know my trials, my tribulations, my this, my that, my that. You're just looking at the product of everything I've gone through today. This is who I am today. There's something very narrow-minded about these people too, because they're looking at you today, and it's like, oh, silver spoon, they've got it all, they're this or that. That's crazy. Alright, that's crazy, because that's not that's I feel like that helps them keep the illusion that, well, it's just not fair, and that, okay, well, you're right, it's not fair, but it is what it is. Like, it just shows that you have to do the work. It's not hard. I mean, it is hard. It's very hard. But it's just, they don't like it because it's not easy, right? So when they look at you, they're like, oh, the collective has it easy. If that makes you feel better about you not having to do the work, or not wanting to do the work, or being lazy, then don't do it. Because that's not going to bother me. Because at the end of the day, collective, you're still doing the work. You're still going to do what you got to do. So I feel like that's just an excuse. Oh, they got it easy. They got that promotion. They got that this. They got that car. They got that the house. They got that money. Okay, but what have you been doing the work? What have you been doing anything at all? Have you been planting seeds? Because it looks like you haven't seen anything. You're just looking at the success. But you have to, you're just looking at the full-grown strawberry bush. You're not even looking at how when it started off as a seed, and, you have to germinate it and flower it and, plant it and then water it and then sunlight and then shade and then sunlight and then water. None of that. No, they're not looking at any of that. They're just looking at the product that has been, wow, a full-blown strawberry bush. Congratulations, you grew it. Well, that's not fair that they have a strawberry bush. Yeah, because that's making you feel better about you. The fact that they still have their strawberry seeds, they're not doing anything with them, because it's like exhausting to them having to do the work. They just want the strawberry bush. They just want the fruits. They just want the vegetables. And they're looking at the seeds grow. That's what I'm saying. They're just staring at it. They're not doing anything. Are you planting them? Are you watering them? Right? Meanwhile, the collective has been planting and watering and speaking into existence and, loving and... Come Come on now. Come on. Like, this is... So here's the thing too. Another thing too. When people in movies and TVs and all the time, it's like the whole cliche story of like, you know, people from their hometown, they make it big, right? But then they try to like hide their past or their history, trying to make it seem like they never grew up in a certain town, or they never had a certain childhood or whatever. They want to make it seem like they were always rich or always abundant or always popular, right? And that's because it has to do with reputation. All right. So you know what this is I love this example. Thank you. In the show called Gossip Girls, all right, Blair Waldorf, she, you know, like, she was just born with power. She knows how to handle it, right? She knows how to keep the ones closest to her close, and her minions, she would be like, step back. You need to take a couple of steps back, because know your place. Okay, Blair Waldorf had a perfect balance of that. Okay, everybody wanted the power that she had. Everybody wanted it. But it's a responsibility. You have to. It's like you have to know how to rule, essentially. Okay. So then there's this girl, Jenny Humphrey, in the show. She ends up becoming the new queen, right? But the thing is, she didn't know how to. There was something. She just didn't do it right. Right, she wanted the power, she wanted to be this, and right, but she had the status, right? She even had like the money, but she didn't have that oomph, right? Because what happened, like, her kingdom fell down, right? She blurred the lines between like her minions, and at one point her minions were bossing her around, and she just didn't know how to rule, and because she didn't know how to rule, her kingdom fell down. But Blair Waldorf, like, this is like natural power, right? You have to know, if you're going to be in a position of power, you have to know how to, like, know your place, right? I'm this and you're that, right? Like, you can't tell me what to do. This is, you know, I feel like you know who you are. You know who you are. You know what you're doing, and that goes a lot with like the whole reputation thing. With my ear is burning a lot. It's burning right here. With your past doesn't define you. There's something like reputation. Someone is obsessed with your reputation, so they could be trying to do like, well, did you know that in 2010 the collective blah 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 blah, right? So the intent would be to embarrass you, to insult you, to trigger you, to meanwhile with the whole telling truths, that's, you're just like, yeah, I did that, yeah, I said that, I blah blah blah, right? So what? My past doesn't make me who I am. It's not. That's what it was, the past. You're absolutely right. XYZ in the past, absolutely. What's your point? Oh, well, the whole point was to get people to laugh at you and point the finger and laugh at you, and let's get them off their high horse. Alright? Whoever this person is, they don't have a very... Their reputation speaks for itself. Alright? You're not afraid of what comes up. I should say that. You're not afraid of what comes up. Right? There's something about accountability. Two of Swords upright. Someone's very, very confused as to what is going on. I don't think that's you. And I don't think that's that person in the Seven of Swords energy that I keep picking up on. But there's another third party that's like in the between that knows you and that knows this person. Someone's very confused. This could be someone that's asking you questions and they're like, oh, really? Oh, huh. Because now they're trying to put two and two together. Like, if the collective is saying this, why would that person say this? Why are they saying this? Why would they say that? So now someone's like, confused and they're getting angry because of how confused they are. And there's kind of like, they're like, they feel dumb. Which is actually kind of sad because I feel like this person, they're feeling betrayed, confused, and angry because now they're asking you directly. They're asking you questions directly about you. Instead of asking this person and this person and this person and this person, right? It's like, I should have just asked the collective a long time ago. Right? But that's on them. That's on them. What time is it? Oh, I gotta close your reading out. The Hermit on the fence could be a Virgo. Or this is your energy. You're really, really focused on your health, on what you're growing. Very organized, right? Very good at planning. Very analytical. You're able to know the ins and outs of things and see the tiny, smallest threads of things. Someone doesn't know how to do this. Someone's confused. I feel like the one in the Seven of Swords, they don't know how to do this. So they're angry and confused. There's a person that's in the Two of Swords. They're angry and confused. Not at you, but because they were believing something about you that was told to them. And when they should have just asked you from the beginning. And it's just kind of like, dang. Pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie. What are you doing? Okay. Do you need help? Hold on. Okay. If only you knew what we... There's a group of people that were pointing and laughing at you. Two of Pentacles, upright. You're too balanced out for whatever this person is that's trying to do this. So this person that's trying to come in and shake things up and shift things and shake your world up and trying to get you out of balance, and they're just doing it because, one, they're bored, and two, because they don't want to see you on the Six of Wands energy. They don't want to see you in that energy. So they're just trying to, like, you know, it's kind of giving, drop that crown from Ella Enchanted, right? But why? Because it's just not fair that they should be king, or it's just not fair that they should be queen. Okay, well, is there anything wrong with the crown? No, it's just not fair, right? Versus where in Ella Enchanted, she said, stop that crown. There was a legit reason why, because the crown was poisoned, right? There's really nothing wrong with the crown that you're being given. There's nothing wrong with it. They're just trying to stop things just because they're bored with their lives and it's not happening to them and they want this power and this and that. It's just, that's what that is. But you're too balanced out. This person is hoping, like I said, they're hoping that you're oblivious to what they're trying to do. They're hoping that you're dumb and you're naive, but you're not. The Hermit, with all of this energy right here, and the Two of Pentacles upright, you're fine. You're able to juggle things, multiple energies, multiple projects, multiple, if you have multiple children, you can juggle your kids, your home, your career, your finances, your marriage, your relationship, your friendship, your life. You're fine. You can juggle things perfectly fine. Your finances, you're fine. And someone is so confused as to how this is possible because they suck. They suck they suck as a person. That's what that is. They just suck. They're not a good person. And they have no intentions on being one. That's not your problem, though. Why is my phone? Four of Cups upright. It's making them really, really like miserable and unhappy and sad. They just don't think it's fair that you get to be. That's, I don't know. I don't like. This is really. Oh my god. They don't think it's fair that you get to be in this energy, that you're able to juggle many things, and I'm getting responsible as well. They don't think it's fair, so now they want to come in and like shake things up, you know, cause destruction and chaos in your life just because they have nothing else to do. This is their plan. This is their plan. This is what they want to do. They want to shake things up because it's just not fair. They're overlooking the blessings in their lives. And I just heard, what blessings? What blessings? What am I to be happy about? What blessings? And that right there shows you a lot who this person is. They're not... And to them, there's nothing worth looking at that's considered a blessing in their lives. And that right there, that's... Dang, you're not even grateful for waking up today. Right? You're not even grateful for being alive. You're not grateful for nothing. And then you wonder why. You're like, you suck. Nothing. You're not grateful for nothing. I'm just being realistic. What's there? Wow. Like, get away from me because you suck. Right? This is the Seven of Swords energy person. This is someone who's like giving you the stank eye while you're on your Six of Swords and you're being congratulated. Right? Four of Wands reverse. Jesus. They could also be wondering what happened to their home or how they lost something, family dynamic, or they're so confused as to, they're confused about like either their fourth house or how to have a home dynamic. This is someone who's like trying to play house and they don't even know the first thing about being a mother or a father or a provider or a nurturer or a hunter or a gatherer or you know, you gotta pay the bills every month, right? Like, you know, you gotta keep it clean, right? You know, you gotta like, you take care of your home takes care of you. The very basics. It's like it's not, what's not clicking, Steven? It's like they're irresponsible. They don't know how to have a home, manage a home, keep a home, run a home. But then you are juggling multiple things, right? And it's just like, that's not fair. How? I don't know what's going on with this Four of Wands energy, but that's the whole, what is there to celebrate? What is there to be happy about? There's something where their home dynamic is not comfortable for them, or they don't feel secure or safe, or maybe they're like couch hopping or something. It's just, they don't have a home that they can rely on. They don't have a place to where they can lay their head and just, finally my day is done, I can relax now. They don't have that. That's not your problem. My phone just lit up. What? The moon on the fence. It's so crazy because you're, with that Hermit and that moon energy, you're definitely really, I would say this, there's also that Pisces energy and that Virgo energy. So I feel like if someone is in the Hermit and the moon energy, you have to be careful because not only do they have great access to their intuition, and with that Virgo energy, it's like you can see the smallest and tiniest of threads of things, right? And it allows you to see who people are, the demons that they're fighting, the secrets that they are keeping, right? I'm also getting, you're able to see why these secrets are being revealed to you right now as well, right? You're able to analyze this to the T. You could be really good with psychoanalyzing things or people. You know why. It's not a secret to you, right? This person thinks it's a secret to you, right? That's why they're hoping that you're oblivious. But it's not a secret to you as to why they are now coming in with these truths, with these revelations, right? It's not a secret. You know why. The star reversed on the bottom of the deck. This is very hopeful, or a hopeless person. The faithless wants you faithless. Wow. This is a very, very bitter and angry individual, and you do need to be careful of this person, because this is someone who, if they already feel like they don't have any blessings, and what blessings? What's there to be grateful for? Because I woke myself up. I'm breathing because of me. That kind of energy. If they're in that energy and that's how they really, really feel, right? And they're looking at you like, oh, that's not fair, and blah, 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 blah. This person means war. Okay? They want war with you. But that's the whole point. This person wants to go to war with you, and you're being told, no. You just keep doing what you're doing. Don't worry. We'll take care of this. We'll handle this. This is not a war that you need to concern yourself with. All right? We'll handle your light work. All right, collective? We'll handle your light work. Don't worry about this. This is nothing. Right? And again, right, remember what I said in the beginning of the reading where you're not even looking at this person. And that's putting them, like, that makes them offended. Right? Like, can you imagine? I'm trying to go to war with you, and you don't even think warring with me is worth your time? Of course that's messing with their ego. I'm talking crap about you and blah 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 blah, and you don't care about. That's gonna mess with anybody's ego. Yeah, you're not worth my time. Your mouth is worthless. Your mouth is useless. Your presence, it means nothing to me. So yeah, bye. So it's really all right. But I'm not saying that because it's funny. I'm saying that because that's how insignificant this person is to you. This energy is to you. These people are to you. Okay, and you don't have time for it, right? You don't have time for it. Okay, revenge is mine, said the Lord. So why am I gonna stop watering my plants to go stand in the desert with you, to go stand in a barren wasteland with you and argue and bicker and fight and go to war? I have a whole garden to maintain. I'm good on that. You can't even. What are you eating? You're starving. You're hungry. You have no water, no abundance, no love, no. I'm good on that. Please. And that's exactly what God wants you to be in the energy of, right? Because you have a whole garden. Why would you step out of your garden to go war with someone in the wastelands? That doesn't make sense to me. So this person, they're stuck in the wastelands and they're looking you in your garden. Well, that's not fair. You literally have seeds and shovels and soil. That's not my problem. 9 of Wands upright. This person did the most. They were very, very determined to do this. They wanted to make sure that everything that they were saying, it's kind of like they were hoping, they were using the lies and the betrayals that they were saying of you. It's like they were using it as currency, right? It's like if they just kept this up, if they just kept up these lies about you and did magic so that way you wouldn't speak on yourself and speak of yourself and tell your truth, if they kept doing this, if they kept these lies up, they would get an investment out of it. They would get something out of it, right? All of this warring, one-sided war with you, it would be worth it, right? They wanted to be the last one standing. They wanted to be the one that, here's your gold medal, here's your 6 of Wands. They wanted to be in that energy. But it's crazy because you're really relying on someone's downfall. There goes a plane. I'm gonna get the last one and I'll close the reading because I gotta go. Wheel of Fortune upright. That's Knight of Cups reverse. The World reverse. Six of Cups reverse. This is somebody from your past or someone you grew up with, someone you share some sort of childhood with. All right, like a neighbor, a family, a friend. So whoever this person is from your past. First of all, this is nothing for you to concern yourself with, and I don't think you are because you're still in the Wheel of Fortune upright. You're good. You're fine. This is not anything for you to worry about. Essentially, this person, they just want to go to war with someone because they just hate their lives and they just don't like how things are for themselves. And when the reality is, you make dumb choices, you get dumb prizes, and congratulations, this is how your life prize is. Okay, this is someone from your past. They're not happy. They're not satisfied with how things are going with themselves. They're very depressed. Okay, this person is in a deep depression. All right, so because they're already in that deep depression, anybody can get it. All right, and I just heard pistol. So be careful. Okay, this person, be careful. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. But be cautious because if this is somebody in your family, they this is like a masculine energy too. This is very, very masculine energy. There's very heavy masculine, karmic heavy masculine energy. Okay? This could be a karmic Scorpio masculine. Maybe karmic Taurus masculine as well. There's something about a Libra here as well. Hi, baby. Okay, you gotta go? Let's go. And a feminine Libra energy, okay? So this is a reading. Hope it helps. Bye.